Hey guys, what's going on? I'm John Malecki, and in this video, I'm gonna show you how I built these doors. These doors are completely solid wood construction. I use dominoes instead of mortise and tenons, and I've got a super easy way to inset that glass panel. Check it out. So now that we got a wall, we've got a doorway, we've got this pretty barn on the outside, we need to make some doors. About 3 years ago, a buddy of mine gave me some wood and it's finally dry, so let's put it to use. So just from looking at it and from what he said, we're probably looking at a little bit of oak, a little bit of hickory. If they're oak, that'd be sweet. So we're gonna plane this all down to the same thickness, and then I'll pick the parts I wanna use for the door out from it. And having it all planed won't hurt either for putting it back in storage if I don't use it. So get her all done once. So I'm gonna lay out the wood now that it's kind of skip plane and rough cut, so I can look at it, see what the grain is, and then choose what parts I wanna use for what on the door. It's almost all white oak, which is pretty sweet. How we're going to take the twist out. Hello, I'm John Malecki. And if you're liking this content, subscribe and hit that bell icon. But if you're curious on why I'm jointing these boards, we cut these a couple days ago, and after we got them out of the long board, a few of them actually acclimated to the temperature in the shop and twisted slightly. So I'm gonna rejoint them, reface them, and then we'll rip them and plane them down to final dimensions, and they should be good to go from there. Be careful when you're mixing pigment into epoxy if you're using a liquid pigment. Add a little bit more hardener because it will dilute the mixture and mess up the hardening. This one needs a little bit. I think I can actually get that done with sanding. All right, so let's mock up some doors. What we gotta do is cut these down to width first, and we've already got the table saw ready to rock and roll. So I don't have to cut these door parts and these stiles over here to length, because the whole door is gonna get trimmed down once it's all glued up with straight edge. So pretty much here, I'm just gonna mark it, lay it out long, and we'll do one cut with the track saw to get the door down to size. But essentially, you can kind of see, like, we got a door. That's kind of what our door will look like. I like it. I think that, I was worrying we're gonna have to stain it because of the hickory, but I think it's so subtle that like it actually looks pretty damn good. I'm only gluing these up to make it a little bit easier, because then I don't have to pull them out. And I know that these, all of these should be tight. So, bit of a hiccup here. This board had some tension in it, and I thought it might come out when I added the rails across, but it didn't. So you can see that there's almost a 1/4 inch of a bow across this surface of the door. It's bringing this side out now that I have it mocked up, and it's taking it out of flat. So I'm gonna have to resaw another piece. All I've got left though is hickory. So I'm gonna square that piece down and we'll recut this style. It's a shame, it sucks, but this is part of life. It should still kind of match because I have those 2 pieces of hickory in the center door, and then I'll use this as the hinge side on the far side. Sometimes you gotta make lemonade when life gives you pineapple. So I couldn't get the hickory to the thickness I needed it, so we're gonna have to mill another piece for this style. I've got these old beams. I'm pretty sure they're white oak or chestnut, whatever. Let's get these milled up. Doors are dry. We're gonna build the jamb now. We have to do a custom jamb for our custom opening because this is a custom wood shop. We'll probably do 4 or 5 really light coats. I already have 3 on here just for shrinkage purposes. We pre-finished those if you guys were paying attention. That's why. That'll expand and contract. And when it does that, if you don't pre-finish them, it's gonna leave a gap on the outside when they shrink that doesn't look finished, and it just really doesn't look good. So for these doors, I'm using General Finishes Endurovar. It's bar none my favorite finish for reclaimed rustic style furniture. You get a great high build out of it kind of concept. Super durable, has a little bit of amber to it, and it's not just a full oil-based finish. So spreads on really smooth. I'm a big fan. If you guys are interested, I got a link down in the description for you. Thank you guys so much for checking out this build. These things turned out absolutely insane. And if you want to see another one of my custom projects like this, I got a video queued up for you right here. I also want to thank my sponsor on this build, Timberland Pro. Timberland Pro is my go-to workwear apparel company. I got a link down in the description if you want to see more from them. And lastly, thank you so much for tuning in. Go punch your next project in the face, and I'll see you in the next video.